Nutritious, delicious food. For a family, for a community, for a lifetime. That's the power of the USANA Foundation's Garden Towers. With just a few dollars and some soil, people across the world are eating healthier than ever. It's a sustainable food solution that can be placed almost anywhere. And the garden tower is so easy to set up and start growing food. Here's how. Let's start with what you'll need. First, you need the garden tower mesh. This revolutionary material gives your garden the structure it needs to grow lots of nutritious food in a tiny space. And you'll also want a shovel, a big stick, and a small stick. Next, you'll need to choose the right place for your garden tower. Pick a place that can be permanent. Your tower will be very heavy when finished, so you won't be able to move it. Food needs sunshine and water to grow, so be sure your tower is away from any structure that would block it from getting 6 to 8 hours of sun a day. Your water source should be nearby: a spigot, hose, pump, creek, river, or pond. Soil. You'll need about 520 liters of a rich sandy loam or amended soil. If you are purchasing the soil, be sure it's aerated with mulch to help with water drainage. Avoid clay and rocky silt. If the only soil available is not ideal, no problem. You can amend it with 40% manure and animal waste, and 10% DAP and lime or other additives to create a rich soil base. If amending the soil, work the additives into the soil with a shovel until the mixture is evenly distributed. Seedlings or seeds. You'll be planting seedlings, young plants, in your tower. You can grow the seedlings from seeds right on your tower, or you can grow the seedlings in a nearby planter or patch of garden. So, what should you plant? In the top of the tower, bulbs and tubers, plants that need to grow straight and tall, and bushy plants. This includes tomatoes, onions, potatoes, carrots, eggplants, beets, peppers, and cabbage heads. The sides are best suited to leafy vegetables such as kale, lettuces, herbs, spinach, and chard. Vines like beans, cucumbers, gourds, pumpkins, and melons should be planted along the bottom of the tower so the vine can creep along the ground when mature. Now that you have everything ready, it's time to set up your garden tower. Grasp the tower mesh at the top of the short end with both hands. Fold each end back and forth, working toward the center till it is folded into one bunch. Grab the folded bunch in one hand and bring it through the rest of the bag, turning it inside out. Place the bunched up end on the ground. This will be the base. Open up the opposite end so you can add soil. Put about 60 centimeters of soil into the bag's opening, pushing it out and down to fill the bottom corners of the mesh, creating a circular base. Once your base is well filled and stable, add more soil, spreading it to all sides. Stop occasionally to pack down the soil and pull up on the sides of the mesh to avoid creases. Before it gets too high, you can step into the bag to help compress the dirt. You'll pull up the sides of the bag so there's no mesh left underneath. You can use your feet or a stick to help pack the dirt down the sides and straighten the tower. Make sure the stick is smooth with a rounded tip so you don't tear the mesh. When you've filled the mesh, it will be a nice round cylinder of densely packed soil. But don't stop there. Add a mound of soil to the top of the tower. This will allow for some settling when you water your garden. Now it's time to plant your garden. To plant seeds, create a space on the top of your tower. Sprinkle the seeds and then spread a layer of dirt back over it. With regular watering, in a few weeks, the seedlings you grow in the top of your tower will be ready to transplant to the sides. You'll transplant seedlings from the top of your tower or from wherever else you've grown them. Once your seedlings are prepped and separated, use your small stick to poke holes about 7.5 centimeters deep in all the openings of the tower. Place the seedling root first into the hole, then pack soil tightly against the plant. Repeat this process until you have planted in each of the tower's available spaces. And finally, fill the top with bulbs, tubers, tall and bushy plants, and whatever else you want to grow. Next, be sure to water your garden. After your initial planting, you'll need about 30 liters of water to give your garden a strong start. First, soak the top of the tower, allowing the water to sink deep into the soil. Then water the newly planted seedlings all around the sides of the tower. Remember to water your tower every day for a successful garden. Every once in a while, check for weeds. There won't be many. Pull out any that begin to grow. You won't have to wait long to start harvesting and eating from your garden. Herbs and leafy greens planted as seedlings should be ready in 3 or 4 weeks. To harvest, snip off the leaves about 5 centimeters from the base of the plant. Harvest as needed, but carefully, without over-trimming. That way your plants can regrow and be ready for another harvest. Harvesting roots, bulbs, and tubers from the top of the tower should be done delicately so as not to upset the neighboring plants. If you keep care of it, your garden tower will offer you and your family many harvests of food each year. Let's take a moment to review how to get a great harvest from your tower. Pick a sunny spot close to a water source as the permanent location of your tower. Prepare the tower bag by bunching the mesh and turning it inside out. Fill your tower with soil, packing down and pulling up to remove creases as you go. Plant seedlings in the top and sides of the tower. Water your tower every day. Enjoy a healthy harvest of food. You and your family can enjoy simple, compact, efficient, sustainable nutrition with a garden tower from the USANA Foundation.